Does this sound familiar? You've just brewed the perfect cup of tea or placed a glass of ice-cold water on your nightstand. You turn away for exactly 1 second, and your furry aristocrat is already there, lapping up your water with a look that says, "Finally, some good service." Why do they do this? Why do they ignore their expensive fountains and choose your old coffee mug instead? Is it just naughtiness? Or is there something about feline biology that we're missing? Spoiler alert, your mug isn't just dishware to your cat, it's a signal. Stick around because we are about to decode it. Welcome back, friends. You are on the channel where we learn to speak the language of our pets. Today, we're breaking down a topic that might seem like a funny quirk, but is actually critical for your pet's health. Hydration is the foundation of life, and for cats who are notoriously prone to kidney issues, proper water intake is literally a question of longevity. If your cat is stealing from your cup, they aren't trying to annoy you, they are trying to solve a problem. Maybe their own bowl is uncomfortable, tastes bad, or feels unsafe. Let's figure out what's going on inside that little predator's head and how to keep your cat healthy and your tea safe. Let's start with the simplest yet most ignored fact. Let's be honest. How often do we change the water in the cat's bowl? Usually once a day, maybe less. Now, put yourself in your cat's paws. Water that has been sitting on the floor for 12 hours collects dust, fur, and microparticles of food. To a cat, whose sense of smell is 14 times stronger than ours, that water smells, well, stale. And what do? You walk over to the filter or the fridge and pour yourself fresh, cool, oxygenated water. Your cat sees this, and more importantly, they smell it. In the wild, standing water often means danger. It's where bacteria breed. Running or fresh water is safe. When you pour water for yourself, you are acting as the quality control officer. You are their royal taster. If that water is good enough for the big, strong human, it must be safe. So try changing their water at least twice a day, morning and night. It's a simple signal that says, this is fresh, this is safe to drink. However, even crystal clear water in a bowl can lose out to your mug if chemistry gets involved. Take a look at your pet's bowl. What is it made of? If it's plastic, I have some bad news. Plastic is a porous material. Over time, it develops microscopic scratches that trap bacteria and create biofilm. Even if you wash it, the smell can linger. Plus, when plastic heats up or sits with water for too long, it can release a specific chemical odor. We barely notice it, but to a cat, it can be like drinking out of a gas can. Your mug, on the other hand, is likely ceramic or glass. These materials are inert. They don't change the taste of the water, and they keep it cooler for longer. Cats are gourmets. They compare the lukewarm, plastic-tasting water in their bowl with the cool, clean water in your glass. The choice is obvious, isn't it? So, swap the plastic for ceramic, glass, or high-quality stainless steel. It's more hygienic, and it tastes much better. But let's say you have the perfect ceramic bowl with spring water, and your cat still ignores it. Why? It might be a case of whisker fatigue. It sounds made up, but whisker fatigue is a real stress factor. Cat whiskers aren't just hairs, they are high-precision navigation tools packed with nerve endings. They are so sensitive they can detect the slightest change in air currents. Now imagine a narrow, deep bowl. Every time the cat leans in to drink, those sensitive whiskers are constantly brushing against the sides. It creates sensory overload. Imagine trying to drink while someone constantly tickles your eyelashes. It's annoying, right? But what about your mug? Yes, it's narrow, but cats often drink from it when the water level is high, so they don't have to dive deep, or they just dip a paw in, but usually the problem lies with their main water source. The ideal bowl is wide and shallow, almost like a soup plate. This allows the whiskers to hover freely above the water without touching the edges. Try changing the shape. You might be surprised by the result. Okay, we've covered the shape, but have you ever thought about where the water is placed? It turns out cats are big fans of Feng Shui, but by their own wild rules. Here's the classic kitchen setup. A mat with 2 bowls side by side, one for food, one for water. It's convenient for us humans. Everything is in one place. But in feline logic, this is a mistake. In nature, a wild cat never drinks where it has just made a kill. The prey's gut contents or blood could contaminate the water source. Their instinct whispers, water next to food might be poisoned. On top of that, pieces of dry food often fall into the water bowl, fermenting and spoiling the taste. Your mug, however, is usually far away from the feeding zone. on a table, a nightstand, or in the living room. To a cat, this is a safe, remote source. Try a little experiment. Move the water bowl at least a few feet away from the food. Better yet, place extra water bowls in different rooms. Speaking of different rooms, sometimes your cup becomes a sanctuary not because of taste, but because of competition. If you have multiple cats or a dog, the watering hole can become a high-tension zone. A bowl on the floor is a place where a cat feels vulnerable. They have to lower their head, losing sight of their surroundings. What if someone sneaks up from behind? Your mug on the table is on high ground. It's a strategically superior position. It offers a good vantage point. Nobody will step on their tail and the dog can't reach it. There is also an emotional aspect. Cats are social creatures. They mimic those they are bonded with. Drinking from your cup is a form of trust and belonging. It says, "We are one pack. We share resources." So, when you see that face in your glass, take it as a compliment to your relationship. Everything we've discussed so far is about comfort and psychology. But there is a moment when an obsession with water should raise a red flag. Sometimes an interest in your cup turns into a compulsion. If you notice your cat is drinking significantly more than usual, if they are hunting for water everywhere, in the sink, the shower, your glasses, and doing it greedily, pay attention. Excessive thirst or polydipsia can be a symptom of serious conditions. Diabetes, kidney disease, or hyperthyroidism. This is especially true for senior cats. Don't panic, just observe for a couple of days. If you see a sharp and consistent change in their drinking habits, don't write it off as a quirk. The best solution is a vet visit. Early diagnosis works wonders. So let's wrap this up. Your cat isn't drinking from your mug to be difficult. They are looking for freshness, coolness, safety, and comfort. Your cup is essentially a pristine mountain spring on a safe summit. What can we do? Replace plastic with ceramic or glass. Choose wide bowls to save those whiskers. Separate the food and water stations. And perhaps the simplest hack of all, give your cat their own human mug on the table. Sometimes if you can't beat them, join them. Remember, observing these little details is the key to the health and happiness of your furry friend. If you recognized your cat in this video, hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What is the weirdest thing your pet has tried to drink from? Protect your mugs and cherish your cats. See you in the next video.